here's an interesting thing that you can do with the system. You can actually set up a pre-prospecting series of emails so that you can phone your prospects and say, hey, just got involved in something very exciting. No idea if it's for you or not, but how about give me your email address and I'm going to send you some information. I built a lot of very large teams using exactly this technique. Whether I bought the leads or whether it was my warm market, I simply got on the phone, I said that little spiel, and I'll tell you, 80% of the people would get into, well, what's it all about? And of course, as soon as they said, what's it all about, I said, you know what, it's just, I don't have the time to get into it on the phone with you right now, but if you give me your email address, I'm going to send you some information, and then I will follow up with you in a few days with another person who can help answer any questions. Okay, I've just set up the three-way call. I've plugged them into my automated system. All is good. So I would do that by adding a contact manually to a series, because this person wouldn't have come through the auto prospecting side. This is the opposite. I'm adding their simple details, so I can add just first name, last name, email using the quick add function, or I can even add all of the details. And when I submit that, I would have just put a new lead. So let's just do that. Test for demo, and last name is demo for test. And the email is at blah.com and quick add. It actually takes me directly to the contact listing. It brings me right into this contact because it's assuming I added them. Now I probably want to do something for them, and in fact I do. What do I want to do? Well, I want to put them into an email series. So I click on Edit Email Subscriptions, and I say Add a Subscription, and it asks me which one, and I'm going to say let's add Pre-Prospecting English. It's active. It's going to start. In this case, it's going to ask me what day I want to start it because it's a brand new series. So I'm going to say start it today, and now I've just added a new contact and I've added them to a series. The concept here again, this is pre-prospecting, sending an email, hey, thanks for your time on the phone the other night. Here's the information I said I'd send you. Have a look at it. If you love what you hear, follow through on the system, and once you've filled in the form at the end of seeing all the information, I will be in contact shortly thereafter. So these emails can be used to get people there, and the nice part is, again, it's a series. So the first one could be, thanks for your time the other night. Here's the information as promised. Then a couple days later, you could say, hey, Fred, did you manage to get to take a look at that information I sent you the other night? The next one could be, whoa, Fred, this thing's exploding, man. You just got to have a look at this. Whatever way you choose to build your business with a lot of excitement or with a lot of real plain fact giving, you can actually set it up, giving them the reasons to go look at your information. The nice part about the system, once they've come from the pre-prospecting series and filled in the form, the system will actually automatically take them out of the pre-prospecting series and put them into the follow-up. So it goes from, hey, did you look yet? Hey, did you look yet? Hey, did you look yet? To, now that you've had a look, are you ready to make the decision of involvement? Okay, so the system looks after all of that for you. It bounces them from one series to the next, making your life very easy because the system's doing all the heavy lifting for you. Okay, so now we're back at the actual home page. So I've shown you how you're going to deal with the contact manager and how it's going to keep you both organized and on top of your clients. And I'll tell you, if you write the emails right, you'll be blown away at how many people respond to your emails as if you've taken the time out to email them by yourself on a one-on-one basis. So if you write your emails real friendly and you use generously the macros that we provide, it's simply amazing the power that you can get out of this system. Okay, so let me show you now the mentoring function. This is an absolutely great function that I actually built into the system based upon my very, very good friend and mentor, Greg Stewart. What Greg Stewart used to do to me all the time is he would call me up and he'd say, Dennis, hey, how you doing? Hey, Dennis, I just had a couple of minutes to make a few calls with you. Why don't you grab your list, pick a couple of people, and we'll call them together? Well, because he always did that as a way of mentoring, he'd never get into long, drawn-out speeches or trainings. He would just simply get right to action. I had talked to him about this Omsys auto prospecting system, and I said, Greg, do you think it would be worthwhile if I gave away that you as an upline would be able to see your downline's leads? Now, it's double opt-in. So the downline has to request the upline to be a mentor. And if you click on this button, it does. So then you would simply enter in the username of who you would like the mentor to be. Once you've entered in this username, the mentor gets some notice saying that you'd like him to mentor you. If he accepts, he will actually be connected to be able to see your leads. So now if you're a busy person, but your upline's building the business full-time, he'll actually be able to see that you've got people on your today's calls. Granted, you'll be getting emails reminding you, but it's pretty easy to forget about all that. And he can actually call you up, and maybe you're on your cell phone without being able to be at a computer, and he can actually call you up and say, hey, Fred, I got to tell you, you got a lead in here that just came through from the ad campaign we're doing. Let's call them together. I got the number. Are you ready? So you can actually now be out and about mobile and have your upline who's building full-time have access to your information to work with you. And, of course, should you ever decide that this upline's not your friend anymore or for any reason not want them seeing into your business, you can cancel the mentor agreement at any time with the click of a button. So that's a very important feature of this system. It allows your team to work together. Let's have a quick look at traffic generation. We've got a number of things that we can do. Probably the most important for most people is a traffic rotator. All this is you can set up to share the leads from an ad co-op that you run with your group. So it's very, very simple. You would just simply put the names of the people that you would like to share your leads with, and any leads generated to your main page will automatically get rotated between yours and their system. Then you can work out how much money you're going to charge them and what your ad campaign and ad budget's going to be, and you can do all of that stuff. You could also choose a gateway page should they have a gateway page. So you can determine whether you want to have the main page that they go to be your main system or a particular gateway page. The point is you can set up to rotate between whatever members you want. So this is a very, very valuable feature because a lot of people run little mini ad co-ops, but it's very hard to juggle who gets what lead. This way you're juggling something that's even more pure, and that's you're juggling each and every hit. So it becomes a little bit more random. It's not like you got a good lead and a bad lead. This is just the hits. So who actually ends up with the lead and how good the lead is not the driving force. So you're never worried that the upline or the downline or whoever's organizing the thing is going to say, well, that guy sounded good on the phone, so I'm going to take him for myself. You just don't have any of the problems of the old ad co-ops that happen. Here's a very high-level function called a contact insert form. This actually allows you to grab our code and have your website anywhere directly populate a contact into our system. This is a high-level feature. I won't get into explaining it all, but know that if you're pretty savvy with HTML and you have your own prospecting stuff going on and you just want to use our system for the contact management portion, but you want to keep using your own sifting and sorting site for whatever reason, you actually have the ability to do that. You could even do your own MLM newsletter and have them join your MLM newsletter from your own page on your own domain on your own website. And, of course, then keep using the auto-prospecting system as is. So this is very powerful, and it allows you to use code to insert contacts and set configurations from any web page. If you don't know HTML, you might be able to figure this out, but you'll do much better if you know HTML. If you have a web designer, they can definitely sort this out for you. It's not complicated if you know what you're doing. That's all we're going to show you in this segment of the demo. The purpose of this segment was to simply show you the feature set, how you would use it in day-to-day life, and we've accomplished that. The next demo that we're going to do for you is actually going to show you all of the intricate settings and how you set up and change and configure this site to be specifically what you want. This is not a site that you have to buy as it is and trust someone else's ideas. You can start with our basic version and you can modify any piece of text anywhere throughout the system. The next demo is going to teach you about that.